Where are you fuckers at? Y'all have better things to do. I swear, I will do this to... Oh, one person, yay! Here we go. We'll get started, even if it's just one person. That's fine. I can perform in front of any size crowd. Yes! Here we go. We got the big numbers now. We'll get started in a moment. We'll get started. Yes, we're getting those numbers. Check out the sign. Notice that it's facing the correct way, not like last week. There we go. All right, hang on a second. You need to get out of here. You need to get out of here. You know what? We might have the cat. Okay, we got some people. If you want to grab yourself a drink really quickly, do it now or forever hold your peace. Or you can just take your phone to the kitchen while I'm performing and make yourself a drink while the show is happening. I can't stop you from doing whatever the fuck you want. Fuck it. Let's get started. We're in a new setup in my room, so bear with me. Trying a couple of things today. How are we doing? We've got a very lively crowd of 3, it appears, on my end. How are we doing? You guys, this is the world premiere of Bay from the East Bay, a comedic look at Bay Area news. With me, your host, Linda Landeros. At least that's what my underwear say. No, I'm kidding. I'm not wearing any. Just kidding. Let's get started. Coronavirus continues to surge in California, with cases on the rise in many Bay Area counties. Governor of California and human Cheshire cat, Gavin Newsom, has ordered the reclosure of schools, forcing many to revert to online distance learning. This has parents and teachers in Contra Costa County feeling disappointed that schools will not reopen, with one parent pointing out, "They don't shut down everything for the flu." And you know what? He's right. We have a pandemic every flu season, but the media never talks about it. It's like they're biased towards diseases that can be prevented with widely available vaccines. Now, before you go on and make fun of these Contra Costa parents that just want the best for their kids, I ask you this. Who wouldn't want to send their kids to school right now where they can get smart so they can grow up and become doctors whose advice we'll ignore during the next pandemic? A new rapid results COVID-19 testing site opened up in Alameda. Almost as rapid as the results is how fast the site closed down due to crowds. BART is in serious financial trouble, with ridership and revenues down, leading many BART officials to worry about the future of the 5th largest public transportation system in the nation. Said one BART employee, 5-car train heading to bankruptcy, now approaching platform 2. Speaking of BART, a video circulated on social media last week of a BART passenger who appeared to have set her hair on fire. Now, one can only speculate about her mental state, which is why I, as a stand-up comedian, refuse to roast her. Sometimes I really make myself giggle. We now turn to San Jose, where coronavirus cases have increased, but hey, so have outdoor dining options thanks to the city's plan to shut down San Pedro Square cars. Because the most important thing to keep out of downtown San Jose during a pandemic is cars. Unlike COVID-19 infection rates, Bay Area rents have continued to plummet, likely due to the ease with which many tech jobs can be done from home, leading to an exodus of techies from the region, said Bay Area natives. At last, the techies are gone. the Trump administration has threatened to send federal troops to Oakland just like it did to Portland, said Bay Area natives. Ah, great, just as we got rid of them. More gentrifiers. The feds suck. Send back the techies. Speaking of techies, one techie that will never be gone from our lives is Facebook founder and Joker cosplayer Mark Zuckerberg, seen here wearing too much sunscreen while surfing in Hawaii. What is he, auditioning for Phantom of the Opera? He looks like a Greek chorus member who got separated from the group. Shall I go on? Fuck it, I'll go on. He looks like he just got expelled from mime school for rating the looks of his female classmates. He looks like the white version of minstrelsy. Leave it to Mark Zuckerberg to make whiteface look offensive. Is this a... We're live, by the way. Is this a photo of him surfing, or is this how he looked as he approached the Hawaiian people when he forced them to sell their land so he could build himself another mansion? I am white man. Give me your land. If you're not familiar with the story, you should Google it because it's fucked up. I don't have time to get into it now. Between Mark Zuckerberg and San Francisco's very own Karen Lisa Alexander, who went viral last month for questioning her brown neighbor in Pack Heights, I am convinced the Bay Area turns white people who are problematic towards brown people into ghosts. Baseball is back. The Oakland A's played the San Francisco Giants in what's known in these parts as the Battle of the Bay, although this year was more accurately renamed Battle of the Plague. The Oakland Zoo's reopening, and just in time, as I'm sure the stress of living in quarantine during a pandemic has us all wanting to visit the animal that started it. It's a reference to bats. We now turn to our recurring segment, What the Fuck Is That? Today's What the Fuck Is That takes a closer look at what's been deemed the Bay Area's smallest, fiercest, most elusive, and cutest killer mammal. What the fuck is that? Pictures of the rarely spotted long-tailed weasel were taken recently by a Bay Area couple known as the Mastella frenata, which also happens to be the name that will replace the offensive term giotto on the packaging for Trader Joe's Italian products. This animal is described as having the spirit of a lion, crammed into a muscular body with the persistence and determination of a wolf, as they have to eat half their body weight every day. Oh, I see the Mastella frenata is also in quarantine. The man who took the photos described the animal this way. They are nature's ghost. Yeah, so are these two. Long-tailed weasels are not pets, but I'm sure it's just a matter of time before some influencer creates an Instagram for their new Mastella frenata, which will no doubt have people in the comments saying, what the fuck is that? This has been What the Fuck Is That? And finally, a Bay Area teen is behind the petition on Trader Joe's calling on Trader Joe's to discontinue its packaging of certain ethnic foods, playfully named Trader Jose's or Trader Ming's. Of all the things a teenager could be fighting for in this day and age, this is pretty trivial. The Bay Area has such a rich history of fighting actual racism. What part of the Bay Area does this teenager even live in? I'm getting word from my producer that this teenager is from Contra Costa. Jesus. Scratch what I said at the beginning of the show. Listen to the parents. Send those Contra Costa kids back to school. They got too much time on their hands coming for Trader Joe's. All right, guys. That's it. That's the show. That's the news for this week. I plan on doing this again next week. I will turn this into a YouTube sketch. Well, I will be posting these I'm going to post this video on YouTube, so it'll live there for eternity. So if you'd like to watch it again or send some friends to go check it out, make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio, so go visit my bio. I will leave this show on my stories for 24 hours and or my IGTV. This next step, I'm learning how to use Instagram Live, and I'm kind of experimenting with this show. So we'll see what happens, because I still don't know how to save the show once it's done recording. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Tell people to check me out here on Instagram or on YouTube. I'm also on Twitter. I'm on TikTok. La Linda Landeros. That's my handle across the board. All right. Bye, guys. Have a good night.